This critter's going bye-bye. She's determined to give it away for $700. I guess that's how it's going to have to go, actually. Because it might take a long time to sell it myself. And she's like, I don't want to see it when I don't need it. Okay. At least I got the damn tires and rims off of it. They're worth $800 new. They still do the same thing when they're not, but, you know. The tires got tread. The rims, they stay forever until they rot. They last a lot longer than we do. Tires, not so much. Man. 10:37 p.m. I suppose this is called a selfie nowadays. This is a diary that I am willing to put up. I don't talk about nothing extremely personal. Just my life is, I'm willing to share it. That's disgusting. I do it anyhow. I got a towel there. And they get washed. Spit out the window if it wasn't cold outside. I did learn from this Prius. Yes, I did. There is a program that makes the car come on and turn off when not needed. If there wasn't, there should have been. If there was, Insight doesn't use it all the way. Prius does it all the way. You know, it's only on when it's needed, period. Insight stays on a lot. Just because if it didn't, it would have been too much. They wouldn't have allowed a more efficient car on the market. As it is, it didn't sell very well. Only 15,000 in the entire United States while it was still in production. 5,000 around the rest of the world. It's got its good things and its bad things. I think it sits too low. And it doesn't need to be on all the time, and that would definitely save money. Difference between what I'm getting now, 52.6 liver and pizza, and 64, which is what they proclaimed that it could do. EPA estimates. They would say that's them, not us. And it's still true. But the car is definitely capable of doing better than 53, because I've watched the mileage go down just sitting at a light and the car didn't turn off. Yeah, that's telling you something. Don't use the engine unless you have to. Yeah. There's a lot of things I could talk about, but I won't stick on the subject I was going to. She was worried, you know, whenever you want something, you worry about it. If you didn't know about it, doesn't matter. I didn't know it was there. The thing, whatever it is, human or car, is still waiting to be found by somebody who wants it. Dogs, cats, iguanas, life itself. Satan didn't want us. He hated us. Don't think he knows how to love, actually. I'm pretty good about that. It's kind of like when I'm working and I put something in the oven and I'm doing something else, I will show up when it's just coming out. Not looking at clocks is the way I wake up whenever I have to. It's all working inside. That stuff don't function on its own. Well, it did. I just happen to be able to add to it that you could think too. This is all very bad smoking. Historical purposes, this should cease to exist. Come summer, when I can sit at the table, I'll be smoking those cigars. I grew up with thinking that looked pretty cool, so I'm gonna be doing it. But unlike them, I will be saying probably on every diary entry, this is really stupid. There are many ways to occupy one's time and one's presence that was just useful. Not just to me. I grew up and somebody thought it looked good and it evidently worked, and it's really poisonous. And well, it did what it did. America wouldn't be here without it, actually. The rich over in England and it was the richest part of Europe. If they couldn't get something out of that long distance effort, it wasn't worth doing. Tobacco came back. I gotta have more. So it did serve a good purpose. Still very bad for you. And me. Used to going out. She sleeps a lot. Let us not talk about that. She's disabled for a reason. Stuff she talks isn't from that point. But that is personal. That is just somebody being themselves. But, I'm not going to get into all her problems. That's not functional. Really? Still alive. Former co-worker, Ron Juan, young firecracker, young buck, whatever you want to call it. He liked he liked the Charlie Brown thing. Charlie Brown realized, I can't change the past, I can only move forward. Do the best I can with doing that. Leave the past behind. Don't forget it, just don't dwell on it. Anyway, he might be coming back as a driver. Lost his license. I did say firecracker, didn't I? Eventually, if they're lucky, they calm down and become solid. With only the potential blowing up. But nonetheless, his suspended license is coming undue or undone. And he mentioned he needed a car. It's like, dude, man, I do have 2 cars, and Prius needs injectors if you know how somebody knows how to fix them, and Subaru needs to replace that too. Not right away, it's really, I didn't quite go that way. I didn't say it that way. Whatever. I'm just talking time now about that. So discuss with him the details of the Subaru. I said both 1,000. I ain't gonna get that from a dealer. They might sit on it for 2 years like they did that one. I just replaced anything in the brakes that were rotted. $800. So you put money into things sometimes and they devalue. Anyway, he might end up with that critter. I don't need to sell it till November. So he said that again, it's just how I'm seeing it after the fact. It was typed out between us, but it is exact. But no, he did ask me if I would lease it to him. No, it's gotta be cash. If I sold it to you now, I wouldn't have a utility vehicle. I got a lot of things to do yet. Yeah, and what was the other thing that I was wrong with it? It loses power. It's a computer thing. I didn't say the computer thing to him, but it just loses power, and then about a minute or 2 later, it comes back. It does it all the time. Every trip to work and back. A couple of times sometimes. It's been doing that since I got it. It's over a year ago. It hasn't changed much. And they'd said when I bought it, well, you're responsible for everything that's wrong with it, but these engines last forever. It's a Porsche Boxster engine. So I would be thrilled if he got several years worth out of it for another 1,000. I mean, all the money I put into the little critter, whatever. No, he's basically getting it for free, but it isn't free because my money already left. His money's going to leave and he's going to end up with it. That's called an economy, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty much done after this. How much time do I got left? 4 minutes. Yeah, that's cool. Tomorrow we got the bank come take pictures of the house, make sure that if they're lending us $8,000, they ain't mortgaging against a haunted house. It almost was. Abandoned house, and it was ridiculous. Well, purple inside, blue. It was somebody else's hangout, She said, my mom needs me, and I had fun here. I hope you do. Be careful about these things. They happen to me. The one that stuck out was it did flood one time. And beware about the maintenance they're doing up front. Or back. It's back, by the highway. And they actually cleaned it up really good shortly after we got here. I don't know if she was going to bat first or not. But she was like, I gotta take care of my mom. I hope somebody will do it for me when I get older. Notice the end of the lane neighbor is using a crutch now. I didn't think she was that old, but Dad was like she could get hurt or something. I said, I don't know, man. Go walking one of these days, you'll find out. Oh, yeah, and Ron Juan wasn't sure whether Living Good would take him back. He's let back others that did worse. Yeah, they got burned too, but nonetheless. Young Buck, I think he'd do okay. Once he holds his temper. Especially if you're just delivering pizza. It averages to $3. Arguments over larger things, not all in one run. In the pizza business, build a pattern, then I got an issue with you. Accidentally once in a while. What am I going? I'm going in for the 11 o'clock news. That's pretty much what's going to happen. Had a chicken cordon bleu. Got mashed potatoes. Hot dog, rosemary, butter. Added extra butter, no gravy.